following is a Barbara Walters Special 2020.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this is the scroungiest Jeep I have. The upholstery is coming out. I mean, I know we have an austerity program, but this is ridiculous. Tonight, a personal visit with the President of the United States. A look at his career.
Where's the rest of me?
And a visit with some of his closest friends, Pat O'Brien, Ginger Rogers, George Murphy, Patricia Neal, the President's brother and children.
Ronald Reagan, at home on the ranch. A personal portrait with Barbara Walters.
This is Rancho del Cielo, ranch in the sky, home, privacy, peace for Ronald Reagan. What you will see tonight is a personal portrait, the President at his most relaxed, in the California hills he loves the best. Early each morning, he rides his favorite horse, Little Man, a 17-year-old thoroughbred he raised from a colt. Mrs. Reagan rides a bay, no strings. Strong winds and fog often roll in suddenly from the sea, but on good days, the mountaintop is crystal clear. Its acres of rugged lands are nestled 2,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. Coyotes, bear, and deer roam the trails. For the President, it has a very special meaning.
It casts a spell. There's such a sense of seclusion, and I suppose it's the scriptural line that I look to the hills from whence cometh my strength. I understand it a little better when I'm up here.
He's at home in nature, knows the names of all the wildflowers, and can identify all the trees. Some are over 200 years old, and only when they're dead or fallen will he chop them for firewood. He's 70 years old, and last spring had chest surgery, but he whacks away.
There's things that give you a sense of accomplishment, things you've looked forward to doing, clearing a trail, pruning in a section of woods that has to be done, or clearing brush, and then you go at it.
He has 7 horses on the ranch and 4 dogs, and oh yes, some snakes. But his friend and helper, Willard Barnett, Barney, insists they're safe too.
He doesn't kill them. He doesn't kill them. We catch him, put him in a sack, and take him down to the bottom of the hill.
And he doesn't kill them?
He doesn't kill them. No, he won't kill anything, hardly.
He used to break his own horses, now contents himself with saddling, cleaning hooves, and occasionally changing their shoes. Nancy Reagan isn't that comfortable on a horse. The ranch is clearly a concession to her husband, but time alone with him, she feels, is worth it. A practiced jumper, Reagan now restricts himself to trail riding, where sometimes he meets his 2,000-pound steer named Duke, who roams about freely. This pond used to be just a mud hole. Reagan and his friend Barney dug it out and put a plastic lining on the bottom. The canoe is called True Love, Reagan's gift to Nancy on their 25th wedding anniversary. He promises to paint it again on the 30th. Another romantic note, the Reagan's initials carved into a sandstone rock. The house itself is tiny, only 5 rooms. Reagan bought the ranch 6 years ago, and when he was governor, he would corral friends and come up here with sandwiches in a paper bag, and they'd help him rebuild it. Nancy Reagan uses a big old dinner bell to summon her husband into meals. This room looks huge, but isn't. Called the family room, it was actually a porch which they enclosed. Like 2 kids with their first home, they did almost all the inside work themselves. This painting is a particular favorite of the President's. It's by Russell White. The pot-bellied stove is fake. The house is heated only by 2 fireplaces.
The boards for the roofing, the baseboards, are old fence boards, and we figured the rustic look was all right. The original house goes back to 1872, and I understand that an Indian worker here made the adobe bricks here from the soil right on the place. And that was how it was built.
Although there are reminders of the Reagans' other life, most everything in the house was either a personal gift or came with the Reagans from an earlier ranch. The toy soldiers were a gift from Mrs. Reagan's parents to Ron Jr. For many years, while he was growing up, they were in his bedroom. Now that he's married and living in New York, they march happily here in the family room. Here's the President's collection of guns. There are several others displayed on walls around the room. A variety of hats given by friends or collected during campaigns. These belt buckles also have been presented to Mr. Reagan. The two leather saddle was a gift from Mexico's President, Lopez Portillo. There's only one bedroom besides the Reagans, cheerful but very small. 2 bathrooms but no bathtubs. There is a bar, but the President rarely takes more than a single drink, a glass of wine or a vodka and tonic. Campaign posters of another time tell of the virtues Ronald Reagan still applauds. But mostly it's an outdoor life. Daughter Patty's dog Phoebo leading the way. 2 more, Victory and Millie, always come along for the ride. And the President takes the wheel. I hope you're a good driver. You know what you're doing, I hope.
Yes, I've been driving this for quite a while. You probably deduced that it wasn't new.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this is the scroungiest Jeep I have. The upholstery is coming out. I mean, I know we have an austerity program, but this is ridiculous.
Well, it's a 1963, and the upholstery, you'd be surprised that we've finally given up. We've had it reupholstered a few times at quite some cost, but you know, you stop at some place where you're doing work and the horses are out there. It's the horses that do this. They can't resist it. They come and chew on it and tear up the upholstery, so we try to go, but it's really, this is for work.
Indeed, the whole ranch is for work. It's truly a labor of love. For Ronald Reagan loves this ranch. He loves the land and, in a larger sense, all that it represents.
I've always